Welcome back to the Fanboy Cantina. In this video, we're talking about a Lego MOC, my own creation that I put together for the Birds of Prey headquarters, the Gotham City Tower, along with several minifigures. As you've seen on this channel, my buddy Mr. C, he is more versed in comic books than I am. I put this together for him, and if you've noticed in the live streams, in the background, I've had this thing showing there. So, wanted to talk about this item. To figure this out in Lego, I took inspiration from a number of different sources. So that included taking a look at the comics, the Birds of Prey TV show, also looking at the video games, and the Gotham TV series. And in each version of this, that clock tower, this headquarters takes different forms and shapes. And so what I wanted to do was take sort of the best of breed elements and mash it together into this Lego set. So here it is. This is the Lego set that I put together for the Birds of Prey headquarters, the Gotham City Tower. So you can see from the design that I took heavy inspiration from the TV series, where the headquarters is at the top of like an office building. But I wanted to incorporate those more gothic elements that you see in more recent renditions of the Gotham City Tower. If that clock face looks familiar, it should, because it's taken from the Lego Big Ben set, pretty much brick for brick, taken from the Lego 10-53 Big Ben set, just a little bit of modding so that it'll fit into this building. Those minifigures, those statues, are actually taken from a Lego Harry Potter advent calendar and just given some swords to go with it. I really like the gold accents here. I wanted to create a little bit more design, a little bit more, I guess, elegance to the Birds of Prey headquarters, so I incorporated them at the top. On this side, on both sides, you'll notice this familiar feature. This is the Lego Star Wars TIE Fighter, but being used here as one of the windows to the clock tower. And I think it works nicely enough because, in the Birds of Prey TV series, you've got so many shots of the Huntress, looking out one of these round windows. Moving further down to create the office building windows, these are actually Lego Ninjago pieces, and I think they work quite nicely because those small squares, help to convey a little bit more height, a little bit more depth to this set. I did try adding lights to the Lego Gotham City Tower, and I think in general it looked quite nice, though from one side of the build, because if you were to look on the other side, I don't know how to do this, right? There's all these wires going all over the place. It looked kind of terrible, but on one side it looked quite nice, but they had to go. Lego MOCs for me need to be playable. There needs to be play value in them. So of course, since this is a Birds of Prey headquarters, there needs to be a true headquarters for them. So I added some screens, some computers here. There are some gears behind that clock face, though they don't do anything, just to add a little bit more dimension to that space. It is a 2-level building here. I could have added a mezzanine level or something like that, but I like this larger space that can serve as, the training area for the Birds of Prey, or just a space for the Birds of Prey to get together and congregate. Oracle serves as the leader for the Birds of Prey, and of course she is actually Barbara Gordon, otherwise known as Batgirl. She is shot and paralyzed by the Joker, so here we have a space within the headquarters where her uniform, her Batgirl uniform, is encased, kind of a shrine within the Birds of Prey headquarters. I had a lot of fun putting this together, right? In that I was Birds of Prey centric, but try to incorporate these different elements, these different treatments into this Lego MOC. So it's not pure, any particular version. It's just a mashup of different styles to produce this unique Lego MOC, my own creation. Now, that allowed me to then shift energies to thinking about the minifigures. And as we think about the Birds of Prey treatments in the comic books, the TV series, and also that movie that came out in 2020, that creates the platform for multiple variations of minifigures. Within the Lego DC line, there are only a couple of minifigures that I could use that could be incorporated into this Birds of Prey set. So what you've got here are various minifigures for the comics, TV, and movie versions. So let's take a look at each one. We are going to start with the comic book versions of the Birds of Prey, and in this case it was easy because there's an actual Black Canary minifigure. This was part of the Lego Batman movie blind bag collection. There is also an official Lego Huntress minifigure. This is available from the Lego Minifigures DC Superhero series. This is Oracle or Barbara Gordon. To create this minifigure, you've got the Jurassic Park Claire body along with some Lego Friends pieces and a Lego wheelchair. This is Lady Blackhawk. To create this minifigure, you've got a Lego Ninjago movie body along with a police hat. Of the versions that I put together, this is my favorite version of the Birds of Prey minifigures. For the Birds of Prey TV series, we have Dinah Redmond, Barbara Gordon, and Helena Kyle. So with this one, she's actually the daughter of Black Canary. So we took her head but put it on that motorcycle jacket body. I had a different version of the Huntress, but I can't find it. Essentially, this is the Catwoman minifigure, but with a different head and hair on top. And finally, that brings us to the Birds of Prey movie. So first up, we have the Black Canary minifigure. This is a mashup of elements from the Aisha and Valkyrie minifigures. This is Huntress, which is not quite right. I misplaced the Huntress that I created for this version, so let's move on. This is Renee Montoya, the Rosie Perez character. And lastly, we have the Black Mask, though awfully dusty in that picture. Now, again, I created this a while back for my buddy, Mr. C, so I had an opportunity to briefly meet up with him, so I was thrilled to finally do the handoff of the Birds of Prey headquarters.
And here it is, finally handing it over after all of this time.
The transfer of the background decoration.
Transfer. There you go. It is now complete.
So that's it, and thank you so much for watching. It was a lot of fun putting the Lego Birds of Prey headquarters together. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This has been the Fanboy Cantina.